right, good evening, everyone. This is Joe Henches with Beyond the Chart, and today is Wednesday, February 5th, 2014. This is the Wednesday Night Chinese Takeout. The title of this post this evening is China Themes. There are several China themes I talk about that we've kind of picked up over the last week, themes that are floating through the marketplace and things that are happening in China, and we talk about that in the post. And tonight we're going to go back and visit the casino stocks, because Macau numbers came out before the market closed, or before the market opened this morning, and the numbers were not what everybody expected out of the gambling capital there in Macau. And so therefore all of the casino stocks that are tied to that and getting substantial portion of their revenue from there all got smashed today, at least on the opening. So let's go ahead and talk about those, and we'll kind of work our way through it. First of all, the Dow today was down 5 points. It started off down. Actually, it didn't open too far low. I mean, what was this? 15,445. It wasn't, and it opened 15. Yeah, basically opened almost unchanged. I thought it was slightly down, and then it sold off, and then it came back, and so here we are with this doji outside the Keltner channel. So. A little cautious about that. We are stuck down below the 200-day moving average in here. So we'll have to see, do we get a bounce, or are we pausing before another thrust to the downside? So we'll spend more time on that tomorrow night. And of course, we've got unemployment claims first thing in the morning. And then on Friday is the big unemployment number that everybody's kind of watching, because the one in January appeared to be such a one-off type number. Everybody's like, whoa, what's going on? Okay, so let's look at the Hang Seng Index. The Shanghai Composite's been closed, still closed, reopens on Friday for the Chinese New Year. So the Hang Seng Index has really been taking it in the shorts since December. It peaked here on December 2nd. It's collapsed on down. It's broken through this support that you can see right in here. And it's back down to the levels of July. Okay, so it's given back quite a bit, and it's kind of a sign that all is not well in China land. So, and I think the Shanghai was not looking so great either the last time we looked, right before on the 30th. So that's kind of the tale that's going on there. Want to go ahead and look to the Dow, look at the Hang Seng. Let's go ahead and jump into these stocks, and I'm going to touch on a couple of trade ideas, updates that have hit. Let's talk about. Let's go ahead and talk about Melco Crown, MELP. This was one of the trade ideas. We're still in this. We've still got DI minus above DI plus, and we're still trending, starting to trend to the downside, started to roll over. Of course, today, this is where it gapped open all the way down here. This opening right here went a little bit lower, than the buying came back in, okay? It looks like it broke this trend line support right in here, and don't know that we have a valid head and shoulders. It just, the symmetry doesn't look perfect to me, but you could make the case that it is. Another key thing is that we've broken this trend line all the way back up and through here, okay? And the fact we've got the 10 below the 20 is now starting to round down a little bit. It'll be interesting to see. This was down 0.69 today after being down a lot more than that. So we're going to have to see what happens here in terms of and we got the earnings coming out on the 13th. So that's it for Melco. Can't really say. I mean, I've already got a sell order in here. I haven't changed the stop, and the target really, I mean, it all depends on what you want to do. You could be trying to target the bottom of the Keltner channel in here to sell half, or you could just be trying to ride it out, and we'll just have to see how it starts to trade. So the next one we look at is Mgm Resorts. This one has started to break down a little bit, and again we got DI minus above DI plus, so that's selling pressure that's kicked in. As you can see, we're still in an uptrend here. This is the only divergence, and the RSI was extremely overbought up here. And so a lot of times when the RSI gets that overbought, 86, 90, 89, it's a sign of a strong bull move. So, of course, we've had that. I mean, the last time we talked about these stocks was back in here early November, and look what they've done since then. I mean, they've had a hell of a move the last 2 months. So it wouldn't be unusual at all to see this pull back and continue to roll on over and maybe even break this trend line. So don't have any particular signal on MGM Resorts. Is just kind of the other thing I wanted to kind of mention, just for grins, just so you can see, MGM Resorts has only recovered. It looks like it's recovered half, but this is semi-log. This is all in percentage. This is $23. This is $100. It's only recovered 25% of its entire move down of the collapse in 2007 through 2009, and it's only recovered 25% of it. So I thought that was rather interesting. Las Vegas Sands. Here's one that's rolled over. It's breaking down. It's below the 50-day moving average. Had a big move down here. Has broken the trend lines. I think we've got 5 waves up on this stock. So it would be interesting to see if we get another close above the 10 and see if that, what happens then. Is there a way to enter for another sell position on it, a selling trade on it, trade setup? Okay, WYNN Resorts. This is another one that it looks really interesting. Now, we're getting some divergence here on the RSI with this move up that happened on the 31st. But and it's potentially, I don't see any strong signal. We've still got the 10 slightly above the 20. It's kind of aligned here. We're not getting divergence here, but we're getting divergence here. So again, it's had a heck of a move from early December on up here, and we're down to this. We've got a little trend line forming here. So don't have a solid signal, but it kind of looks like, you just got to be a little bit careful. Now, if this all of a sudden breaks 3-day highs, starts to push again, it may be something to jump on board with. It may be developing a type of cup and handle type thing. I mean, it's possible. But right now, I think I'd be a little bit wary. Now, as opposed to MGM Grand, look what this has done over the last decade. So the huge sell-off, it's gone back up almost to that point, and it's gone beyond the point. So WYNN has done very, very well in terms of the performance as opposed to MGM Grand Resorts, which I think was the company that took over Resorts International from WYNN and kicked him out. So he's gone on and started a new company that's doing a whole lot better than theirs. At least that's the initial glance that I would, initial takeaway I'd have. All right, let's see. 2 other signals today. Okay, I want to mention something real quick. Caterpillar, we got a signal. I talked about a close below the low of this high bar. We got that today. So I would sell it at the closing price is what I'd be looking to sell. Again, we talked about a broadening triangle. Talked about that on Sunday. Melco, we already talked about. The other Quahu got the same thing. Big reversal bar, got the close below there today. So I would be looking to sell at that closing price. Initial stop on a close above this high. It's a big range, but it's what you got to do with a stock like Chihu. Chihu is how you pronounce it instead of Quahu. Chihu. Okay, and the other thing I wanted to mention, we'll let you go, is Yelp. No signal yet, although I think it's trading higher in the after hours. Look at the trade page if you've got anything that you're following. Green Mountain Coffee Resorts, the trade's off. We didn't get a signal, and I think it's trading like 35-40% above the close based on its deal with Coca-Cola. So I think that's about it for tonight. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Have a great Thursday. Thanks for stopping by. This has been Joe for Beyond the Chart.